This is the Transformers Generations Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom tracks. I know this is like the third one I've purchased, and for today's video we will be doing a simple leg modification to remove the looseness of that leg panel. And I've already done some trial runs with both legs of Road Rage, and so far so good. The thighs are really loose on my copy, so it's not my fault, but not the fault of the figure. But the legs seem to be tight, and it allows the figure to stand up. Now this particular modification or fix is actually from this guy, Larkin's Lair. He actually is a pretty awesome reviewer. He's a Kababayan who's based in Taiwan, and he's done a video on how to fix that leg of tracks using only some pliers. Okay, so I'm citing my source. It's from Larkin's Lair. I will post a link to his video in the description box below if you want to go and check it out. So we're going to try and do that ourselves. So all you need is obviously a tracks figure. You're going to need some form of cloth. He used an oven mitt or an oven hot pan holder, but I thought that was a little bit too thick, so I decided to use one of these. These are called microfiber cloths. You can buy them anywhere at like automotive shops. You can buy them even at sunglasses or optical shops, like where you do your lenses and your frames for your spectacles. And they're microfiber as such that they don't scratch smooth surfaces, so you can wipe off smooth surfaces clean. And I'm sure most of you have heard of this kind of fabric, and I like it because it's a little thick and it won't scratch the panels on the plastic, and it'll allow you to just grip that leg using the pliers without really scratching the plastic. Also, you will need not regular pliers. Larkin's Lair had specified some vice grip pliers. He used angled pliers, the one that are not straight up like this. It was like angled, like 45 degrees here downward. I couldn't find any of those, so this is what I use, and it works okay. If you go to a hardware store or one of those do-it-yourself stores, actually I picked this particular pliers at Mr. DIY. You can try that. You can try Ace Hardware. You can try True Value, whatever local hardware store you have, and you ask for some pliers, and you say, if they specify what kind of pliers, you say some vice grip pliers, or here at least they're called locking pliers because they lock. And what's nice is you can adjust the mouth, you can adjust the grip using this screw right here, this knob, and it'll allow you to do I think a more forceful grip on adjusting it. I'll show that off later. So locking pliers or vice grip pliers. Okay, so let's get this guy first out of packaging. Okay, so here is tracks out of packaging, and no surprise that the legs are loose and flimsy. I was kind of hoping actually that I'd take him out of it and like, oh wow, he's actually tight. I got lucky with this one, but no, he's pretty loose. Okay, first thing you want to do is you want to unfold the legs. So pop out that torso and transform him as though you would be transforming him into his alt mode, and then pop it out, and then extend this part right here like that. You have to get it in that position so you'll have enough clearance to actually grip that rivet. Okay, so do the same on the other side. Okay, go ahead and transform that leg like car mode. That's your guide. Get him into car mode, and then transform it in the opposite direction, the wrong way to fold down the legs. Okay, and there you go. And you take a quick look at the rivet, at where it's at. You can see there's a little bit more room. You can push it up, just not as much as I thought it would be. Like this one. This one's actually, yeah, it's in deep, so there's still enough leg room. There's enough room for the pin to actually move up. This one is pretty up, so yeah, we'll have to see about that. So we'll start with this one, since this is the looser, or the more loose leg. Okay, and hopefully we don't scratch or ruin the figure. Now, if you feel like you are going to ruin your figure, if you're not confident enough that you could do this, I would give as much caution as possible and think about it. If you feel like you spend way too much on this figure, like $30, $35 just to get it, and you think it's not worth it, don't go ahead with it. And there are other fixes, there are other ways to fix this joint or other remedies. So if you feel you're not as confident you could do it, please don't go ahead with it. But if you feel like you've tinkered around with enough Transformers and toys to actually do this, then proceed with extreme caution as well. So all right, let's see if we can do this. Make sure you set the grip to open it up about 1/2 centimeter apart. That'll give you enough clearance, just tighter than that rivet. So I've done this in front of the camera, so it's a little awkward. So I hope I don't ruin it. Let's go. Oh. Did that do anything? No. Well, yeah, it kind of made it tight and kind of cracked it and mucked it up a bit. Just, you can see that mark where the teeth, let's see, you can see a little bit of scratching right there, but it did move that pin a little bit higher. So I don't know if we should double on the protection, but let's see if I can do it again. Okay. It's moved up. It's definitely moved up. So it's a little tighter, but I think we can still tighten it some more. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's a little tighter. Maybe I should just tighten this one a bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Okay. Come on. Okay. Definitely looking better. It's still not. Oh, it's okay. I guess it will connect. One last, but it is much tighter. One last. Do it like this. Come on. Don't break. Don't break. Come on. Okay, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy with that. It's a little more flush. You can clearly see that the pin is as flush as can be. I mucked it up a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And it's tight. Okay, let's see how it works. It kind of tabs into that peg, and what's nice about it is it's no longer as flimsy. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do this other one. This one is what I'm actually more afraid of because there's not enough room to actually move about. So we're gonna have to just pray that we do this. Come on. Or like this. Come on. Come on. Huh. Yeah, I moved a little bit. Moved a little bit, but not quite. Not quite where we want it to be. So, come on. One more go. Come on, come on. Don't crack now. Come on. Come on. Don't crack, don't crack. Yeah. I can already feel the plastic. Yeah, there's a little bit of a hair crack right there, but it's not enough to just really break it. So it is much tighter, and I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. Maybe one last one last crack at it. Pun intended. Okay, let's see. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't let me down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Hope that works. Huh. Okay. You can clearly see that the pin is in the ideal position. And hopefully, yep, it's tight. It's pretty tight. You clearly see it kind of tabs in. And is he going to stand? So yeah, I think it worked. They're holding pretty much, and then even if you pound on it, it doesn't swivel like in the beginning when we just took him out, that the swivel would literally, his legs would literally melt as you press down. And look at this, even as you're pressing the figure's legs down, you see the knees bending properly. They're the ones carrying the load, and you can clearly see that the legs, the side part of the legs, they stay on. They don't swivel forward and backward anymore. So the fix does work at a slight cost. It will give the side panels a little bit of a hairline crack, a little bit. This one's not so bad. The right leg wasn't too badly damaged. Yeah, a little crack here and there, but this one, you can clearly see there is a crack or mark. I don't think it will affect the integrity of the plastic as much. But what's really nice is that pin is really, really flush right there. So let's get him into his alt mode. All right, so here is Trax almost in his alt mode, and you can clearly see how much it's a little bit more flush when you transform the legs, as the fender, both fenders of the car are much more flush, transform. They peg in nicely because of that fix we did. I have him here because, well, first I'm afraid that if it's a brand new toy that I haven't actually transformed him yet, I feel like it feels so crisp and fragile that if I'm afraid I'm gonna crack something if I try and force it in. And you know, I was trying to transform him properly, but every time I do so, this windshield, this piece right here, is just prying these pieces just out of the socket, just out of the pegs from the fender. And I feel if I do transform him properly, we're gonna end up with a split up, like improperly transformed piece. But I guess we have to do it anyhow. So let's see if we can do it very gingerly, very, very carefully. Come on, don't break anything. Don't break. Oh, don't break. Come on. Come on. God, I hate this part. One of the transformations that Hasbro desperately needs to look into when they try and modify, do a running change for this car. And like I said, look at that. The windshield is just propping up that piece. On here, on this side, it looks perfect. It isn't as affected as much by the windshield's transformation. But this one, it's just being pried out. There is constant pressure here on the side to just pry that thing out. So I don't know if that's fixable, though. Or it's not. It's actually not this part. It's this part that's just prying it out of transformation. So I don't know how to fix that, but at least in robot mode, we have some form of stability. And if you complete the transformation, it's not too bad. It's decent enough. It's acceptable. There's a little bit of a gap. I would have wished it to be more flush like this one, but this is the best I could do with this figure. It's a little disappointing that several of the Kingdom figures, namely the Galvatron figure and this one, fans have to resort to actually fixing the joints or fixing the pieces as to how they should be properly assembled. It kind of sucks that Hasbro is just, I don't know if they're ignoring us or they should admit to that mistake that they did. They should come up with running changes and just really do some fan service and help us out, because fans have to resort to just doing the fixes on their own. But this particular fix, I think, is pretty doable. Again, I'd like to thank Larkin's Lair for sharing that with us. I will post a link to his video in the description box below. You can go check out his video. He's got amazing videos on his channel. Go check him out, Larkin's Lair. So that's it for our fix for tracks. I think this is going to be my last purchase of Kingdom tracks. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this fix. Is it something you're willing to try, or you just rather play safe and just deal with the looseness of his legs? Hit me up in the comments, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.